Hi there, welcome here again. It's so nice to see you all. You've stuck with me through the whole week so far. And what an exciting week it has been. We have seen Jesus on a donkey, Jesus chasing people and animals, Jesus making powerful people very mad, and Jesus being covered in oil. We've introduced Judas as the potential bad guy. We see Judas getting 30 pieces of silver to betray Jesus. Then we see Jesus washing the feet of his disciples to teach them a lesson. We see Jesus being sad because someone was about to betray him. Then Jesus starts the sacrament of the communion. When all this happened, Jesus and some of his friends, disciples, leave and they go to the Garden of Gethsemane to pray. That is an amazing number of things to have happened in such a short period of time. So let's get moving and see what else is going to happen. Remembering, this is still Thursday night. When Jesus and the disciples got to the garden, Jesus told some to wait while he and 3 of the disciples went further on. Can you guess the names of the 3 disciples? You're way too smart. That's right. It was Peter, James, and John. They went with Jesus. The 4 of them traveled a little further into the garden, and then Jesus told them that he was very upset and wanted to pray by himself. He told Peter, James, and John that they should just wait where they are and to keep awake. It was pretty late at night and everybody's tummy was full from the meal. They were tired, but Jesus wanted them to stay awake and alert. Jesus left them to pray. When Jesus got to where he wanted to be, he fell down and began to pray. He prayed to God that if he did not have to die, that would be really great. But Jesus also had faith in God and knew that for all of us to be saved, he had to die. So Jesus said, "Not what I want, but what you want." This means for Jesus that he was going to be obedient to God, even unto death. Even if it meant Jesus had to die, he was going to be obedient. Jesus got up and he went to the 3 disciples and he found them asleep. He was not very happy with that and he scolded them. And he told them to stay awake. So he left them and he prayed again. And again he went back the second time. And sure enough, Peter, James, John, they were fast asleep. So Jesus scolded them again and left to pray one more time. On the 3rd time, Jesus comes back and they were asleep once more. And Jesus got very frustrated with Peter, James, and John and tells them, "No more sleeping. The time for him to be betrayed has arrived." At the same time that Jesus was saying these things, a large crowd of guards and temple leaders showed up to arrest Jesus. Judas was with them. Judas had made a deal that the guards were to arrest the person he kissed. Judas went up to Jesus and kissed him. The guards sprang into action and arrested Jesus right there. Peter, seeing this, got so angry, he took out his sword and chopped off the ear of a servant of the temple leaders. "Grouse me out!" Jesus scolded Peter and held his hand over the ear of the servant and healed it. Everyone was amazed. But that didn't change anything. The guards grabbed Jesus and hauled him off to the leaders for a trial. The guards took Jesus to the home of the leader of the church, a man named Caiaphas. At this place, Jesus was dragged before a group of leaders and was asked a bunch of questions. The leaders were looking for Jesus to say something stupid so they could have him killed. But Jesus was much smarter than they were, and he answered their questions with honesty and truth. Finally, they asked Jesus if he was the Son of God. Jesus replied, "I am." And that was all it took for the leaders. They began to rip up their shirts, and they had a hissy fit. They said Jesus was guilty and needed to die. You see, in those days, it was against the law to claim to be God. They understood that another name for God was I am. So when Jesus said that I am, he was claiming to be God, which, by the way, he is. Again, Jesus only told the truth, but they did not care. They freaked out, blindfolding Jesus, and began hitting and spitting on him. Even the guards took a turn at Jesus. They teased him terribly. See, bullying is wrong no matter what. The leaders now had to figure out a way to get Jesus killed. But that's the story for tomorrow. Tomorrow we meet Pontius Pilate. And sadly, Jesus is crucified. But fear not. The ending to this Easter story is fantastic. So as has become our tradition, let's say the Lord's Prayer together as we end. Please bow your head and join with me. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who would trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. That was very well done, everyone. You are going to amaze your pastors and Sunday school teachers when you get to go back to church. So until tomorrow then, have a great day. God bless you and your family.